Construction.
Henry McClure Live.
What's going on?
I'm here with Tyler Weibel, Weibel Property Development. You want
Oh, yeah.
to say hello? Hello. All right. So, Rick, this is the first thing I would do if I was in charge. And I'm telling you, part of this is why I don't like the tax credits, because I think that it's crucial for just for living conditions to have an entrance for each unit, exterior. And so so I'd like to scrape all this down to ground level, and then you can have like an entrance, a patio. Then we've got to figure out a way to have second level. But here's what I want to do. I want to go from here like all the way to the pool. Upstairs, I want to probably leave that hallway because of the kitchen and the windows and the ingress and egress. So you basically got a back door that has upstairs, a back door that's got like exiting. So the exiting for the ground level ones is the pool that has further exiting, and upstairs you exit into that hallway. And so I don't know exactly how it lines out, but it might be that the columns are you'd have bigger units down here for poolside, and maybe it's just adding a door where you've got the windows, just expanding it. But the whole point of this idea is that, yeah, it's expensive to do all that. Everything's expensive. But if you could do all that and it was a lot cheaper than putting in sprinklers, you're also buying functionality. Look, if I just went to Sam's Club, pull up, can walk right into my unit. Hey, Bentley was telling me the other day in Kansas City how she'd like to live, downtown, but ingress and egress became such a big thing. She's in the apartment business. I took it to heart. So over here, I'm sure, and you got to get it down, you got to get the real drawings down. But it would be easy right there just to have an entrance. But just leave that entrance there. Because it's there, you can't do anything really with the stairwell, but it's the ingress and egress to make up for the back exits to all the other units. But right here, like right in the center, doorway. And then we figure out how to either with like one balcony or stairways, but definitely want to cut these all in half. I think what you do, just thinking out loud, is if you're going to have some workout equipment that's more over and above the existing walking track, you might put them on the other side of the pool, the west side of the pool. If it's not functional to add, like dig out space, but we'll get to that when we get around there. But we could definitely make a major entrance here for these units, and like when you walk in, We've got some place for some storage for the units, first come, first serve. And somehow I think we leave one racquetball court. Just thinking out loud. So here we've got some elevation changes, and it doesn't really matter what the front door is, but and maybe it does, but I think the front door opens up inside. But if you have a back door out here and it's just an emergency exit, or if you have some sort of common area patio, I mean, there's a lot of things you got to get to when you decide whether it's apartments or condos, kind of the direction you're going to go. So like for these, you've kind of got some interesting elevation changes you're going to have to work with. You know, they say that you really need to integrate like a movie theater, the really very nice, more upscale. And this might be a good place for the theater, meeting room, clubhouse, you know, entertainment center. You can chime in anytime if you got something you want to say.
Governor pretty well.
I'm doing okay?
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to say.
So, if that's at grade down there, you've kind of got some interesting issues to deal with that you're going to have a creative architect come up with better ideas than just a real estate guy. So, and I really think that I want to find out about this property, try to get this property added to it, because it probably needs to be tore down. But the city, from the very first meeting I ever had, when we started working on this, the city has all along said vacating this alley is not a problem. But I definitely want to have security gates and totally secured parking. So here again, making that an entrance for ingress and egress, that's real important. But we take the grade change here and figure out how to either build a balcony or balconies, whether we're going to double deck the gym or just build some taller lofts. I mean, you could have 2-level lofts, and that also too would change the ingress and egress. So you got a nice place to have a dog run out here. Secured parking. Again, a main entrance. And so, like, technically you can look at those windows, and all the egress that you have to provide is no more than the doors. So you could shrink the common area to where it's like a straight shot to the door. So you can, add more space to everything on the north or south side of those windows. Now this is interesting right here, because like if we just excavate all this, we can make access, and we could have a whole nother set of poolside units here. And I think that would really be cool to have poolside units. And that's where the rub is for me. Hey, look, if some business guy that owns scuba diving wants to have it, fine, that's his deal. You know, I think the marketability with a guy doing business inside a living facility, it doesn't make it any place that I want to live personally, because I'm a pussy. I don't want to work around the pool guy. I want my own pool hours. I'm not a pussy. You know what I mean? So these units right here, you know, there's either a way between that ingress and egress and that one. Maybe there's a way we don't have to have doors on them. If it's just easier to put doors on all of them, fine, we'll do it. But I'm just trying to, and I'm being overly dramatic about the sprinkler systems, but that's how you save money. So if you're not putting in sprinkler systems, you're saving, you can do these other ideas, but these other ideas are what make it more where you want to live there. Man, I can get in and out of my unit. I've got secure parking. Well, I'm going to pay a premium for that. So I can go to the movie theater in my own place and swim in the pool, got an exercise track. It's about people wanting to live better. Think about projects like this. There's some things that I haven't thought about. I'm being kind of myopic with the idea of ingress and egress and different doors, but sometimes somebody more creative than me can come up with some ideas that's in the multifamily business. But if I can push this to where the capital costs are lower, and you might say all these entrants and exits are raising the price, but if you didn't have to sprinkle it and you got better ingress and egress as a consumer, as a tenant or an owner, I mean, because we can always take, you know, it's just, we need 26 people at 200,000, right?
Yeah.
This deal's done. But I think with the RHID, I just think with all the real estate we got here, we can, you know, we could build more units on this. So, yeah, I would love to see the contract go through and make money. But what I'm worrying about too is a friend of mine reinvesting back into an idea that I just what I don't like about the tax credit projects are, once you agree to that, you agree to not manipulate the exterior of the building to qualify for the credits. And that's when it starts making it, to me, less desirable to live in the community, or, you know, in the building. But also too, in a project like this, it would be nice if it just could stand on its own. You know, the project made sense, you didn't need tax credits. But if you could get RHID, if you can find TIF, you know, if you can find different funds that are you know, pay, you know, you get reimbursed for. But what worries me deep down about the tax credit ideas is tying your hands. But what does it matter? If they want to do it buy it, do it their way. Like Frank Sinatra said, baby, did it my way. Henry McClure Live.